Hey guys, Pimasa here. I got a quick story I thought some of you guys might like. Has to do with Chuck in the early days. Man, I'd like to say it was like 90, early 90s, like 92, 93 maybe. I think he was just about to turn pro, but he was still an amateur kickboxer with only a handful of fights. Um, but he was good. And some guy who just came into town, he won the gold medal in the Olympics as a boxer. Um, and I'm not going to say his name, but he won the Olympics in boxing. I think he was the light heavyweight. He had just turned pro, but he was already fighting for some type of title, and he was going to go overseas to Europe and fight. And for some reason, he was in our town, and he was going to live there for a while. So he wanted to spar with Chuck, and I was like, okay. But Chuck's a kickboxer and he does wrestling and MMA, even though this was before he like jumped in. I think this is before his first MMA fight. But I was like, but he's not just a boxer. So, you know, I don't know if it'll work out. I don't want you taking advantage of him, just like he won't of you. Because he could easily hurt you with other strikes, but he's not just a boxer. So he'll work with you, but it'll be work. So the guy said, okay, no problem, man. I just want to spar. I got a fight coming up, And his trainer came up with him to my gym, the Pit. So their first time sparring. Now this is before we had all matting in the ring. So the ring was a wood floor. And so the guy comes in, and it was a 12 by 12. So it was a really small ring. The octagon in the UFC is 30 feet. So, but anyway, okay, so they start sparring, and I had a signal for Chuck to hurt him if he started taking advantage of Chuck. So, okay, so they start sparring. The guy's a really nice guy, and they're working. He's going pretty hard, but they're just working. They're sparring. So all of a sudden, his manager or his trainer starts yelling at him to hurt Chuck. Like, come on, take his head off. Come on, fuck him up. So that really pissed me off. So the guy started going a little harder than I wanted him to for sparring. Chuck was an amateur kickboxer and probably could have kicked the guy's butt, but it's like, why? What are you doing? This is sparring. So he started going a little too hard. So I gave Chuck the signal, and Chuck just took him down hard on the wood floor, hurt the guy's ankle, I think, or knee, and he had to pull out of his upcoming fight. The trainer kind of got pissed, like, what is this? This is boxing. I go, no, this is actually a martial arts gym, and you asked me to spar with my guy, and you said it was sparring, and you guys tried to take my guy's head off, so we just hurt your guy. And actually the guy, the fighter, was like, yeah, that was my fault, man. I'm sorry. It wasn't your fault. I took advantage or whatever. But his trainer was kind of a douchebag. They never came back. It's a funny Chuck story. What do you think about it? Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks.